Hi, my name is Joseph here with Contender Bicycles to talk about this bike right here, the Scott LUMEN 910, one of Scott's newest e-bikes. The Scott LUMEN 910 has 130 millimeters of suspension front and rear, with the rear shock actually being built into the frame here. Now, this will add durability and lifetime to your shock as it is protected against the elements, but there is one downfall, which is it is kind of hard to adjust the air pressure in here. They do give you a tool that allows you to screw onto the valve, but the valve is about up here, which is about 3 inches of wires to get through to adjust your shock, which is one downfall with the frame. The frame is fully carbon, which does drop as much weight as possible, meaning that even in a larger extra large, it's still pretty standard to get one of these under 40 pounds, which is really light for an e-bike. The frame is equipped with the TQ drive system, TQ's newest motor. The motor has a 360 watt-hour battery with an option of a 160 watt-hour range extender. And the range extender will mount on the down tube of the bike right here, but the bike will still have a second water bottle cage, so you are able to carry water while still having your range extender equipped on the bike. The TQ motor uses a drive unit and control display that is located right on the top tube underneath the stem of the bike, which is really nice because it's lit up so you can see it in darker conditions or at night for a bike that you would maybe ride after work. TQ wanted to create a very natural feeling e-bike motor. So this one doesn't assist like your traditional e-bike motor. Traditionally, when you crank, you'll get a surge of power that'll sort of shoot you up and then it'll drop off and become a more even power distribution. With this, it doesn't really start assisting until you're at about 75 RPM for your cadence. So there is some upsides to that, including that it feels really natural as you're riding. Going over the tops of hills, it's powerful enough, and as you're just riding along, it provides sort of the perfect amount of assist with your cadence. The one downfall with this is you can't really cheat the bike out of technical scenarios like you can on a lot of e-bikes. Like when you come up to a little ledge on a standard e-bike, you can half crank and shoot up it. With this one, since it does feel like a normal bike, you're more reliant on your legs. And if you really get bogged down, then the motor doesn't assist and you're not gonna be going as fast and it'll be hard to get going. You will have to shift down, start spinning your legs out for that motor to kick in for you to really get the proper assist that you want. So this frame comes with the Synchros twin lock system right on your bar next to your remote for the e-bike. And one thing that can do is lower your travel from 130 to 90 and 90 front and rear, or even completely lock out the bike so it'd be fully rigid. This can be used climbing or just on asphalt roads, and it's a really great addition for that because you can set up your suspension a little bit soft so it's really capable on the downhill but would have a lot of pedal bob on the uphill. But you don't have to worry about that pedal bob because you can just quickly lock out your suspension and have a really stiff bike that's fast on the climbs. Scott wanted to make this bike have aggressive positioning on it. So this one will feel really similar to like their Scott Spark mountain bike or pretty much any cross-country mountain bike. If you're someone who rides a lot of cross-country bikes but just wants a little bit of assist, this bike is great for you because it preserves that positioning. Unlike a lot of e-bikes, which sort of just throw you back into as relaxed as possible, as comfy as possible. This bike is more designed for hours spent on it in an aggressive position for riders who like aggressive feeling bikes. This is for people who want something that's still super lightweight that will handle like a race cross-country bike while having that bit of assist, a bit more travel so you can confidently get up and down whatever trail you might want to focus on. When speccing this bike out, Scott chose to focus on durability above all else. For the drivetrain, they chose Shimano's XT Mountain 1x12 group set. This group set is designed with e-bikes in mind, with added durability to prove that you can ride this bike for a long time with one drivetrain on without having to do much replacement or really any work on it. As long as you keep it clean and keep it lubed, this drivetrain will last you longer than pretty much anything else. The brakes, they went with Shimano's just 6 series 4-piston brakes. Now on a lightweight e-bike like this, some may be thinking, why didn't they choose to go with the 2-piston lighter weight brakes? But they wanted to go with 4-piston because they know that this bike is going to be getting to the top of some pretty gnarly descents with that assist motor engaged, and will need competent brakes to make sure you can get down any descent with power so you can stop whenever and have a fun, comfortable ride. These 4-piston brakes are designed that they do not heat up as quickly, so over longer descents they will prove to be more reliable than some others in their class. For suspension, Scott chose to go with just the standard Fox Performance line suspension. So they have the Fox 34 fork with 130 and then a specially made for Scott rear shock. This rear shock is very similar to a Fox DPS shock for those who are familiar. For the rest of the components, Scott chose to use their in-house component manufacturer, Synchros, which emphasizes quality and craftsmanship above all else. These alloy components are proven to last and will not give you many issues, which is really what you want in an e-bike. You just want something you can ride without it being prone to really needing any work done, and that's something that they really did well with this bike. This bike would be intended for people who just want to get out on the trails and ride. This bike isn't going to be the fastest downhill or the fastest uphill, but it will get you where you need to be. It'll be a super solid all-rounder bike. And for those who just want an e-bike that will get them out on their local trails, have fun, be able to spend a lot of time on, and ride like a cross-country bike, this is the perfect bike for you. This has been Contender Bicycle's take on the Scott LUMEN 910, our newest lightweight e-bike. If you have any questions on the bike, feel free to call or email us, or come check it out in person in store. We're happy to answer whatever question you may have.